Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mama and the Big Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday evening. I'm doing okay considering. I know a lot of you had commented on Axel's tribute video, and I really appreciate that. I know I just hearted everybody's comment. I didn't leave personal comments, and I know that's really not like me. I usually leave more personal comments than that. But honestly, I've been kind of steeped in grief, and that's all I really had in me to do. Was I just wanted to acknowledge everybody's comment, and so I just hearted everybody's comment, because I did read them all, and I greatly appreciate that. My family appreciates that, the support and the love and the prayers, more than you know. We really appreciate that. Over this past weekend, Axel just took a turn for the worse. He stopped drinking and eating, and he just kept going. He kept wanting to go outside and go. He kept peeing. You know, he just kept going out, and he'd go long enough to go pee, and then he'd come back in. And he did that several times a day. Saturday, he got up, and I fed him and Theodore, and gave him his medicine via hot dog. And then maybe an hour and a half later, he threw everything up. And after he did that, he stopped eating and drinking anything. I couldn't get him to take peanut butter, hot dog, lunch meat, nothing that he normally would just devour. So I knew that was really bad. And then every step he took, he was, you know, he would do that. He would breathe real heavy for every little effort he made physically. It was a challenge for him. He was struggling so bad. And then Sunday was even worse, and he was just really bad. And so Monday I called the vet, and they said just bring him in. And I knew in my heart, I knew what the decision needed to be, because to hang on to him, it would have been for us, if not for him. And it was really hard, because I never had to do that with a dog before. I know lots of people have by the time they're my age, but sorry, I had some popcorn earlier and got stuck in my teeth, I guess. But anyway, so the vet's office is right down, like a block down from where my oldest son works, and he's the one that actually brought Axel to me 5 years ago from an acquaintance of his. He was really friends with Jacob, who was the original adopter, a person who had adopted Axel from a shelter, from Caddo shelter. I live in Caddo Parish. So he's the one that had originally adopted Axel from the Caddo Parish, who had rescued him from we don't know where. And Jacob is the one that passed away from HIV. And his partner and roommate, David, is where Will got Axel from after he'd become overwhelmed with animals, and he just wasn't taking care of Axel like Axel deserved. And Axel was down to 50 pounds, and he was a large boned dog. He 80 pounds was okay weight for him. So, when I got him, his ears were infected. He was 50 pounds. And so I immediately started feeding him high-protein food, took him to the vet, the same vet, reviews the same vet for years, and got his ears tended to, and fattened him up and got him back healthy. And I made him a promise when I took him in, and got him all squared away. I said, I'll be with you until you take your last breath, buddy. Until you take your last breath, I'll be with you. And I kept my promise. As hard as it was, Will came down from work. His boss let him come down, and unfortunately, I didn't perceive the way that would affect Will. Will is very tenderhearted, especially when it comes to animals. Very tenderhearted, and to see Axel pass away in front of him was really hard, and it really took its toll on him. Now, they wanted we did let them I did pay a little bit extra for them to cremate Axel. But to get his ashes back would have been more than I could afford. And to be perfectly honest, I just, for my own, because I have to really, in order to maintain my mental health, I have to make certain decisions. And they're hard decisions a lot of times. But, and a lot of people don't understand why I make these decisions. And it's to preserve my mental health, because I have a real tendency to fall into depression and stay in my bed till late afternoon, and to just not do the things that normally make me happy. I get depressed like that. And so I probably could have scrounged the money up and paid the extra to get his ashes back. But I felt like if we had his ashes and displayed his ashes somewhere, that would inhibit my ability to move on somehow. And I didn't want that. I knew that Axel, God love him, wouldn't want that. I just think his spirit would want me to continue to adopt and rescue other animals. And I know me, I know myself, and I think that having his ashes in this house, I just think it would have been too hard. I really do. I did keep his collar and had his name tag on it. I will keep that, because that is still a part of him. It has his essence on it, his hair. They did give Will a little bottle about yay big with a cork in it that had Axel's fur in it. So that's for Will to keep. And I held his head as he was going and talked to him and let him know all the things he needed to know. And I told him, you could be with Jacob. You let Jacob know that you were well cared for and well loved, and you could be with him. Because Jacob loved animals, and he loved Axel. He named him after Axl Rose out of Guns N' Roses, because that was not his name when he adopted him. They gave him a real humdinger of a name, the shelter did, which I won't say because it's an insult to a certain group of people. Because Axel was coal black, he was black, and no, we won't be repeating that. But Jacob gave him a rock and roll name. And I'm not a person who changes dogs' names. It really just depends on if it's very offensive. Readopted a cat many years ago. I can't remember what year we got her. We had a cat named Zelda. And she was a brindle, a beautiful brindle calico cat. And she was so pretty. And when we adopted her, when I went to go to these people's house that were giving her away, because they discovered that one of their children, they had just taken her in themselves from a lady that was moving and couldn't take her with them. And they had changed her name to something with a J. I can't remember, Jasmine or something like that. And I kind of looked at her and I was like, she really don't look like a Jasmine, you know. And I said, what was her original name that her original owner called her? And they said Zelda. And I said, that fits her. And so I went back to calling her Zelda, because that's what her original owner called her, and that's what she looked like to me. And of course, when we adopted Theodore, Theodore was my grandfather's name. His name was Theodore Roosevelt Cobb, C-O-B-B, Cobb. That's my maiden name. I kept Carter after my divorce from Johnny's father, because I didn't want Johnny to have to explain to anybody why his mother's last name was different than his. Will had already been down that road. So I didn't want Johnny to have to explain that to anybody. Sorry, I'm reaching for a paper towel. But So I kept it, and I've been Amanda Carter for close to 30 years. A long time. But I feel like I did right by Axel. I do. And I feel like adopting another baby is also doing right by him. I feel like his spirit would want me to adopt another dog and give another dog a home. And so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how soon I'm going to do it. I'm just going to let fate and the good Lord lead me. And a lot of people may not approve of how soon I do it, and that's okay. Everybody grieves differently, and that's okay. Saturday, they're having a rabies clinic at the shelter that I got Theo from. At the shelter I got Theo from for $5 a shot. You can get rabies. And also they're doing microchipping and flea prevention. So we're going to do all that because Theo's never been microchipped. And he's been scratching. So obviously the fleas are already back. So we're going to go ahead and do all that for Theo while we're there. And this particular shelter, I looked at their Facebook page, and they are overfull with dogs. So I'm going to let the Lord lead me. And if he leads me to leave there after we get done with all the services that we're going to get for Theo, then we will just leave. If he leads me inside to look at dogs, then I will go inside and with Theo and see if we can make a love connection. But I'm just going to play it by ear and see what happens. There's a Instagram account I follow called A Tale of Two Pities. And she has Wednesday, who is a little black pitty, who is quite the spitfire. And when I started following her, she had Pugsley. It was a white pit bull with some splotches of brown and black. Well, earlier this year, she had to put Pugsley down. I don't remember what his condition was, but she had to let Pugsley go. And within a week, she had adopted a new one. I think his name is Link. And I mean, within short order, she had a new dog within a week, I would say. And I'm sure that she got ringed in the comments, but I really I supported her decision because it made her happy. And not that she loved Pugsley any less, but it helped her sadness to focus on a new dog. And she adopted one that was, I would say he's probably a year or so old, a couple of years old maybe. Still kind of puppyish, but he's huge. He's about 60 pounds, about the same size as Pugsley was. And he's brown and kind of, he's not white like Pugsley. And her previous dog was also a white pit bull, but this one is kind of more brown than he is white. And but he's also a pit bull. And but I commend her on doing that, and being able to move on like that, and honor her pooch's memory. It's not an easy task to do. This is the first time I've lost one like this. When we lost Zelda, we just found her passed away. It wasn't like we took her, and had her put down or anything. So it was different, and she was, by the time that she passed away, we'd had her for several years. And we had just gotten Theo months before, and we found her with a distended belly, and she just passed away because she was spayed already by the time when we got her. And I think she was declawed in the front and spayed. I don't condone declawing cats, but she was already declawed when we got her. But she had them back claws, trust me, and she knew how to use them too. She was a sweet, loving cat. She'd come over and snuggle with you and let you love on her until she was tired of it, and then she'd walk on. But she was a sweet cat. And but her and Theo would just kind of let each other have weren't playmates by any stretch of the imagination. But he didn't attack her or anything like that. So I know Theo is cat friendly. He just give the cat this space. And so I know he's okay with cats. He doesn't attack cats or anything like that. If I got one, Theo would be just fine. But I think I'm better off getting another dog. Theo has taken to sleeping with Johnny most of the time. So I kind of miss having one sleep with me. You know, it's kind of lonely sleeping by yourself when you're used to having a fur baby sleep with you. And Axel used to sleep right beside me for the longest. That's who was slept beside me, was Axel. And when you have an 80-pound dog sleep next to you, it's very comforting. And I don't have that right now, but I will again. So I'll probably be adopting a big dog, because that's what we are. We're big dog people. And here I am 15 minutes into the video talking all dog. So if you've clicked off the video by now, that's okay. Anyway, Mother's Day is coming up, and I've ordered something. I'm probably going to do a giveaway for Mother's Day. I've ordered something from Amazon to put a giveaway together for Mother's Day. This is not the video to comment for that, but I am going to do one for Mother's Day. And I have a special bag that I ordered. I think the brand name is called Montana Sky or something like that. I have a turquoise bag that I got for my birthday. Was it last year or a year before? I think it was like this past year for my birthday. I got a turquoise one, and I was like, you know, I should get one, you know, but I got this one in black, so that you know, everything black goes with everything. So, but it's a real sizable bag, and so I'm just gonna put some yarn in it, and it'll be a giveaway with that really nice bag and some yarn. And because it's a fancy bag, it has a little zip pouch that comes with it. It's really nice. It's vegan leather. It's nice. It's really nice. And so reuse it as my go bag. We put all, like when we went to the hospital, knowing that we were probably going to be stuck there, we put all our necessaries in it, and it holds a lot. So so that'll be coming up really soon. Get the bag I think Amazon's delivery says Friday, so it'll be coming up probably around the 1st, you know, or sometime next week. Because I got to figure out what yarn I want to put in it, because I'm not going to put bougie yarn in it, but it'll be nice yarn. I don't know if I'm going to buy the yarn to put in it, or if I'm going to pull from stash and put in it. I don't know yet, but I'm looking here. Maybe, I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. But it'll be nice yarn for either. I mean, if you're not a crocheter and you just want to win it to give to your mom that's a crocheter, then that's cool too. I'll try to do it to where I can get it to you in time for Mother's Day. That's what I want to do. So it might be a short giveaway. Even though I normally do like a 2-week or a month giveaway, this will be a shorter giveaway so that y'all can get it in time for Mother's Day if you're wanting to do it as a gift to your mother. So that's the plan. I have somewhat been working on the cotton top. I've got both panels started. This is both panels started because I wanted to make sure that I was doing, because I did these rounds here and half double right here, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing the same amount of rounds on both panels. And so I went ahead and did a second set of the granny squares, and then started, because I wanted to do them like I do with the hexagon cardigans. I'll get so far with this one, and then I'll start the second one and work them side by side to make sure that I'm, you know, matching. This leaky nose. Sorry. But I'm doing the same thing with these panels so that they match up, you know, when I go to seam them up. This is my prototype, and this is how I'm designing it. Now I could say that I was gonna do turquoise all down the middle, the half double rows, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna switch it up and use some of that variegated down the middle too, just to kind of give it some drama. And I'll probably do the same thing with the one in the tutorial. I'll switch it up and use the variegated in the middle as well, because how boring is it to have one big solid colored piece in the middle and then have the variegated at the top and the bottom? I think that might be boring, and I don't like boring. So that's what we're doing there. So I'm making progress. It's just kind of slow, and I got a lot going on. I did sell the last two mystery bags of yarn, so I did sell those tonight. I got an email, and she's paid, and then I got her address labels written out. I just got to go grab the bags and tape them up and put her address labels on them and everything. So there's that. I haven't done any more on this. This is my sushi rolls that my cakes that I won from Ron, and started the granny square blanket. I hadn't got any further with that. I just, I've had too much on my brain. Honestly, I've been distracting myself with movies and TV shows, just to keep my mind off of my grief, to be honest. It was like losing a child, to be honest. You know, I feel like I lost one of my children. And so that's going to take a while. I know it's similar, you know, it's not exactly, but it sort of feels like that. So, you know, I've just been trying to distract myself, because for my mental health, that's what I have to do. So I watched Jason Statham in the Meg 2. I've seen the Meg, the first Meg, because I like sharks. Go figure. I like stuff about sharks. I don't know how I feel about all of them being killed, but, you know, it's a shark movie. They're bad sharks. But, you know, it is what it is. But it was an exciting action movie, as most of Jason Statham movies are. And you can't go wrong with, if he's in the movie, you can't really go wrong. So that was pretty good to watch. And then I've been rewatching Law and Order SVU. I started with the first season, and I forget where I'm at with it. But I'm watching the old episodes. Some of them I've seen, and some of them I haven't seen. But I really like to watch the old ones too, because I like to watch Olivia, you know, the characters Olivia and Elliot together. I like to watch those episodes where them two are together on there. And the psychiatrist, Dr. Wong, yeah, I like his character too. He's really good. And so I like to watch those. It's a good distraction, you know. And I've done some crocheting while I watch. But mainly I just watch TV just to kind of distract myself. I really need to be cleaning on my house, but I really haven't had the energy to do any of that. I just, you know, I'm fighting depression is what I'm doing. I'm fighting it hard, because that's you know, it's been a very down type thing. And I think it's normal, you know. I wouldn't be human if I weren't a little bit depressed about losing my dog. And, you know, it is depressing. But I'm not going to stew in it very long. I won't keep myself like this very long. Y'all know that. I don't dwell on things very long, because that's not what the good Lord would want me to do. So I'm trying to get back to myself, and I will. But this week has been hard, and I think I need to allow myself some grace, if you will, to grieve and be sad. You know, and I think that's normal. So my house looks like a wreck. Eva's supposed to come Friday, and I wanted to clean it up and make it look nice for her, but she's not coming to see my house. She's coming to see me. So I'm going to try to, and you know, in pure bestie fashion, she's told me that. So she's not worried about how my house looks. Good thing. Good thing, because it's a hot mess. So especially this room. Oh boy. Anyway, there's all kinds of those little cube boxes are everywhere with different stuff in them, and there's empty totes with clothes hanging off of them, and it's a mess. It's a mess. And then there's this floor. Don't talk about that. We won't talk about that. But I will get it cleaned up. I will. I just got to pull myself out of things. Maybe me and Johnny need to go to the movies or something. Yeah, maybe just get out of the house and do something. I think that's a good idea. Just to get out and go see us a movie or something. Just to try to distract ourselves. And just, But anyway, I just want to come on and talk to y'all a little bit. And let y'all know what was going on with me. I'm going to be okay. We'll go Saturday and do that and look at the doggies maybe. Like I said, I'm just going to let fate, if we go and we get all his little services and then I feel like leaving, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go with what my gut says to do. If my gut says go in and look at dogs, then that's what we'll do. If it says go home and, relax, then that's what I'm going to do. Because my heart says go in and, part of me, a big part of me says go in and look at dogs because they're overfull and they could use they could use someone to come and adopt one. So, or at least foster one, I'm thinking foster. But, anyhow, that's about all I got for y'all tonight. I hope everybody's okay. And like I said, thank you so much for the prayers and support. Very much appreciated. Thank you all for hanging in with me. And please remember that I love you and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye now.